Hey guys, I don't know if you knew it or not, but we actually do sell t-shirts here for the YouTube channel. Now, I know you guys may like being nude, but here in the real world, we like wearing clothes. And what better way can you do that? By buying one of our t-shirts. So go to teespring.com and pick any of the shirts that you see us wear on the show, and you can be like us, not nude.
Terrence.
Hi guys, welcome to the Rule of Two, where the Star Wars news saga continues. I'm Terrence.
I'm Manny.
Oh man, I keep used to hearing Art say I'm Art.
I'm Art.
It's so weird.
Do all those good things to us.
Yeah, do all you can say that. You can say that for the end.
Oh my.
Yeah. So we are back again to do another Rule of Two. So last time when I did Rule of Two, Art had not seen the Book of Boba Fett. But we got Manny on the show who actually has seen the Book of Boba Fett.
And I'm at a point where I wish I was Art.
So we're going to do a little back and forth. I know by the time that this video comes out, episode 3 will have already aired, and you guys will all have the information that my editing was not able to keep up with. So this is about the first 2 episodes of the Book of Boba Fett, and we're going to talk about, I guess, me convincing Manny to actually like the Book of Boba Fett. Spoiler alert. You don't like it.
This is a Terrence's attempt at a you don't hate on Book of Boba Fett. But you know what? We're gonna see how well you do at this moment in time right now. Now, could that change after I watch episode 3? Absolutely. But let's just talk about episode 1 and 2 at the moment and currently how I feel about it. But go ahead, state your case.
No, okay. You tell me what you don't like about it. I'll tell you why you should like it.
Well, let's just talk about it overall. All right. So episode 1, I found it to be very slow.
Okay.
Now the Sarlacc pit scene was amazing. I thought that was the best.
Started off the gate with some action. Sir.
I thought it was the best scene, in that whole show for episode 1 was. I mean, it was very brief. Mm-hmm. But that's how bad I didn't like the first episode. But the Sarlacc pit scene was cool because you got to see him in the middle of being digested in the Sarlacc pit and getting a chance to find a little bit more of grasping at life by taking that stormtrooper and
the oxygen he took from
the oxygen he took, and then getting out through the
which I didn't realize the stormtroopers had like their suits were sealed. The way they take their helmets off, you'd feel like it's just open at the bottom. It's like, why would they need oxygen tanks?
Well, my thing is that why is there a stormtrooper there? Where did he come from?
Okay, so some people are thought about a theory that, I mean, it's not like the Sarlacc was like sitting there not eating people. So maybe when they were looking for Luke.
One fell in. Is that what you're saying?
One fell in when they were looking for Luke the first time before the whole Jabba Palace thing. But when they were combing the desert, Spaceballs, combing the desert.
I was about to say, I was like, damn, have you found them? Well, we ain't found shit.
When they were looking through the deserts, especially in the special edition one, when they had the little riding things that they were on, and so they were going through the desert. That was on Tatooine. So who's to say that one of the stormtroopers
didn't fall? Okay, fair enough. So, So there was the acting. The Tusken Raider scenes I thought were too long. Yeah. I thought there were certain scenes on the Tusken Raiders that was a little bit too long. Now, granted, I know that they're going to have this kind of backstory and what he went through once he escaped, once the Jawas took his armor, once he was pretty much left for dead, basically, with the Tusken Raiders. I understand.
I felt like it was forgivable in episode 1. They were doing a lot to kind of say, like, okay, once all of this happened, how did he survive? Excuse me. How did he survive? So I absolutely get what they did with the Tusken Raiders in the very first episode. Maybe when you get to episode 2, I can kind of see your point where you're going with that, but there's so much other things to like. But continue on with episode 1.
All right, so you get a little fast forward and you actually see him in the back of tank, and he's already past all of that, so he's ready to rule.
Yeah.
One of the things that I liked was the reintroduction, I guess, of the Jabba's palace,
right?
And Boba Fett taking his throne, and all that. Them going in Julius Caesar style and showing him all these things, like to show payment, respect, and all that stuff. I don't know. I see it more fitting for Jabba than I do see it for Boba Fett. Knowing Boba Fett's background, knowing Boba Fett, what he's all about from back in his bounty hunter days. And I know that he's pretty much straying away from the bounty hunter, and he's becoming more of this gangster lord. And you know, one of the lines being said is, "I want to run it with respect, not fear." Right. Decent line. I did not have a problem with the line.
Did you not see Godfather? That's what you do to whoever's the Don, man. It's like you gotta go in, you gotta go pay respect.
I get it. I just there's just something about it being Boba Fett that I didn't like. That's what I'm saying.
It's like, dude, you're just gonna hate this whole series.
No, I am not.
It's like,
I am
that's
not.
literally what it's about. Him
I am
running
not.
the organization.
I am just saying how I felt at that time.
Okay.
That's what I felt. Anyway, the fighting choreography. I've seen better fighting choreography in a fucking Dolomite movie.
What? You didn't like Ming Na Wen?
No, she was fantastic, but Tim was just too robotic, and he just looked stiff. The fight choreography was just
he
really
is an older man.
I get
this
it.
This is not Pedro Pascal trying to do movements
I
here.
get it, but it's just still get a stunt doubled in. It took away from who Boba Fett is, and you know, when you look at Empire, when you look at Jedi, barely any screen time, barely any dialogue, and still he left an enormous impact. Now he's got more to do, and he's leaving no impact to me. That's just what it is.
I feel like they're doing so. A lot of where you're saying he's got more to do and he's leaving no impact, because they're trying to tell two stories. One, they're trying to spare you. The simple fact is that we could have made probably the first 3 or 4 episodes, which is where I feel that this Tusken Raider thing is going to go on for maybe another 2 episodes. They could have done the first 4 episodes, them explaining how he got back to Jabba's palace. But what they're trying to do is like, hey, we're going to show him there, but I know you got a lot of questions on how he got here. So let me show you the backstory of how he got here at the same time, a la Walking Dead, where they show you, hey, what's going on right now? But let's go back and tell you how he got to this point.
I kind of compare it more to WandaVision because of how WandaVision started, and it was something completely different, way far from the MCU. It was just the actual characters that were introduced, sure. And then as it got, later in episodes, it was like really the root of everything that was going on in the first place.
Yeah, but there was no kind of back and forth every episode.
No, there wasn't. And that was one of the things. Like you look at,
but I was saying like it's more like Walking Dead. Is Walking Dead.
How about this? How about this? Let's just stick with completely Sarlacc, Jawa, Tusken Raiders,
so you
and
don't
that's
want to
it.
You're not gonna be that person that's like, well, how did he get there?
No,
so they're trying to answer everything for how he got there.
I'm saying let's not show Boba Fett in the first episode.
Then nobody would have.
No, hold on a second. Wait a minute. Show Boba Fett getting out of the Sarlacc pit. Show Boba Fett being stripped of all of his armor, and then everything that he goes through with the Tusken Raiders. That's it. Do not show him on the throne.
So don't get him to the palace yet.
Right, don't get him to the palace yet. I don't want to see future Boba Fett yet. I don't want to see that yet. I want to see, just if you're gonna do it that way. But I had a problem with that, as far as the Tusken Raider scenes being too long. I had a problem with the fight choreography. I felt like what we just talked about right now was too many flashbacks. There was hardly any dialogue. That's probably one of the quietest Star Wars episodes I've ever freaking seen.
Fett's not a man of words. He's a man of action.
I got it. Where? Give me Rudy Ray Moore kicks. Anyway, Fennec looked bored, so Ming-Na was just, I should have stated Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because this is freaking, I'm bored as shit. All right.
So go back to, she's on Street Fighter Part 2.
Exactly. That was her, wasn't it?
It was.
Damn. Anyway, fine wine, that girl, I swear. Right. Anyway, but yeah, so those were my biggest gripes about episode 1. It was just too freaking dull for me.
I was okay with everything they gave me in episode 1. I will agree. I did want more action. I think the Sarlacc pit kind of set me up to think that it was going to be an action-packed episode. And what it was a storytelling episode. It was definitely a storytelling episode. We had to answer the questions that everybody had. What was the dude from was it Community or something like that, when he does the whole thing in front of the little public thing when he was like, and then you see a hand come out of the sand and it's Boba Fett escaping the star. So
Parks and Rec.
There you go, Parks and Rec. That's
Patton Oswalt.
Patton Oswalt. Thank you. I couldn't remember his name, but it was like they had to explain that for everybody, so you knew that scene was gonna come. We needed to see how he got out of the Starlight. Then we need to see like how he lost the armor. So all of that was a storytelling element. That episode had to go the way it went. And since we ended The Mandalorian with him on the throne, they had to, and what I would say is that they felt like they had the first episode I could have done without him being on the throne. I get it.
Correct.
But they had to get there because they already shown
no,
it.
and if you're gonna
no, I'm saying like episode 2, they probably could have started at episode 2 to show him on the throne.
Thank you.
Episode 1, it was not necessary.
If you're
But
gonna go,
I don't think it's bad for him to go there because I still got information out of that. I only got to see who took over for Jabba. I got to see, I mean, in essence, how they took the throne, which was the easiest throne. Like I felt like anybody could have came and took Jabba's throne at that
you
point.
know what? For a guy that hated Karate Kid season 4,
For no
Cobra
karate.
Cobra Kai season 4 with no karate. This is a Boba Fett with no Boba Fett. It was a Boba Fett with no Boba Fett.
He escaped the Sarlacc. It's like he had to do some slavery. The Jawas took his stuff, and I was like, I got it. It's like y'all answering my questions for me.
You know what?
Episode 2.
Before we get to, let's go. All right, you ready?
Yeah,
episode 2. All right. Episode 2 was also slow. I thought the acting was wooden.
Okay.
It was like really freaking just dense. I am all for. Look, I am all for returns and continuity and all of that. So when you're bringing back Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader, great.
Right.
Now you're gonna bring. I apologize. I don't know. Tim Morrison, I think his name is. From Clone Wars.
Yeah.
I mean, from Attack of the Clones. Tamora, I think Tamora Morrison, something like that. But you know, you bring him back, which is it's good to see him from a continuity standpoint. It's good to see him. But I would have preferred the kid that played Boba Fett to be the kid that played Boba Fett in Attack of the Clones. I would have preferred him being Boba Fett, because now you're just giving me Django. Honestly, you're giving me Django, and I don't mean DJ Ango, freaking Django Unchained. I'm talking about freaking. You're giving me Django Fett.
Well, there's a lot of time that took place from
and
there
I get
to there.
he's a clone, and this is why I'm accepting it, because I get that he's a clone. Boba Fett is a clone of Django Fett that he decided to keep as his son. Okay, I get that. All right, so fine. But either way, this is where continuity I could have done without. I would have rather had Boba Fett, like the kid that played Boba Fett, be Boba Fett. Anyway,
but he would have been able to do the voice and all of that.
but that's just the point, Terrence. He never has the freaking helmet on. He's always talking without the helmet, and that's another thing that pisses me off. Boba Fett walks around with his helmet on. He's maybe not be a Mandalorian, but he's got a Mandalorian code to a degree.
Even in the Mandalorian, they already threw that aside. They just said that one subsec is the only.
But do you see him doing this in Empire?
No.
Do you see him doing this in Jedi? No. So why is he doing this now?
Because they didn't have to pay the actor the money they're paying him.
I don't care. I don't care.
Show his face.
If Pedro can do it for freaking 2 seasons, he can do it for one.
And he takes his helmet off every season.
Well, no, he has not. Not
Yes,
to that extent. No, he has not. He everything he does is with body movement and his voice acting. That's what freaking pays off.
But once again, this is why it needs to be this way, because then you're just making the Mandalorian. And I don't want just the Mandalorian. I want Boba Fett.
I get it, but that is not Boba Fett. That's my point.
If me seeing his face is going to differentiate this between him and Din Djarin, then I'm okay with that.
Hey, one's green, one's silver. There's all the freaking separation you need.
Since, what's her name? I can't think of her name right now, and I keep forgetting her damn name.
Who, Fennec?
No, the one who was the
Jennifer Beals?
No, the one who was over the Mandalorians that came in.
Oh, I can't remember her name either.
Yeah, but
it's okay.
Like, but they've already set that. They've already set that up. It's like they don't have to keep it on. If they want to keep it on, they don't have to.
Okay. All right. But let's okay. So let's look at episode 2.
Okay.
More or less, it was a little better than the first one as far as the action.
We got so much. We got the scene for them fighting in the on the way to the little town that they went to.
Right.
We got to. Oh wait, no, that was in the first one. In second one, because
I'm talking about the where as far as action sequences and all that, I thought it was better, especially on the train, with the train passing by. More gunfire. Now I'm not talking about the fight yet. We'll get there later. But you know, all of that whole battle was pretty cool. The seeing of the Hutt twins was awesome.
It was great.
It was great. I did like that.
They've expanded the universe now, so we got to see what the rest of the Hutts are doing and what are they thinking about when Jabba's gone. We got to see this whole mayor, this character, and how he affects the whole how he plays his part to the criminal organization, and how brutal they are in Tatooine. I was like, man, it's just like shoot people like left and right. But also too, we got continuity closures. There is no other Rancors, but we did know Jabba has a menagerie. I still don't know where the band's at because I don't believe, like Art said, the band died on the sail barge. There might have been the piano.
What do you mean
player
the band was at that bar?
That's what that no. I mean, like was the in the remakes
Play that same song.
Yes. Who's that? Where's that guy at? I want to know where the band's at. I want to know where a lot of people that were
I think
in
some of
Jabba's
them, yeah,
palace.
some of them did die on the barge.
Some did die on the barge.
Yeah.
But I was but like one of the first pieces there was one. Hey, the Rancor is missing. You know, it's like, oh, that's an awesome thing. It was like they did close a loop on that.
Shouldn't his carcass still be there?
It should be. It's been a while.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe they decompose fast.
The
Maybe they fed it to somebody else.
The Black Wookiee.
The Black Wookiee, which is
He's actually a character. He's a
character from the Darth Vader comics, where he actually did fight in some fighting pits, and so his mention of that was a callback to the actual comics from where he actually made his appearance. I'd heard that or read that somewhere, and I was like, oh, God, I thought about getting those Darth Vader comics, and now I really want to do it.
Yeah, they're really good. I've seen the audio comics, and they're really, really good. The makeup and character design of that Wookiee was freaking awesome.
Yeah,
and
he looked like the most intimidating Wookiee that I've ever seen.
He looked amazing. I thought that was a good touch on that. I felt there was again too much freaking sand people in this.
Well, once again,
because sand gets everywhere. So
explaining his rise through their hierarchy, how he got his robes, how he got his gaffing stick, him dealing with like his first look at trying to lead his own organization.
Again,
he basically became a leader in a sense for the Tusken Raiders, negotiating that deal. Like, we're taking this.
I get it.
Yeah, just points to everything. It all gonna pay off.
I wish that a majority of that would have been in the first episode, and not had any.
Done so
not
much.
Had
so you
any.
don't want the slavery part of him. It just
no. I didn't want any part of him being the now Boba Fett yet. Just show him out of the thing.
Until he
and then go from there.
Okay.
So, but that was my problem with it. The biggest thing for me right now is, him taking the damn helmet too damn much. That's
we're gonna be stuck on that.
Fight choreography, helmet,
all over again.
and the wooden thing, and the wooden acting. But yeah. Anyway, some of this movie, some of this show is just hard to watch. It's hard to watch in a sense where they're really trying with the acting here, and it's just not working. And maybe it's because of the co-stars right now are of a different language. Mm-hmm. Or some are just quiet, mm-hmm. and that is, it's just hard to watch.
Do you want a lot of dialogue?
I don't want a lot of dialogue, but goddamn, this freaking show is just too damn quiet for me. So I'd rather see Quiet Place.
Well, but so I'm like, I want Boba Fett to be Boba Fett. I want him to keep his helmet on.
But he's not.
But I want him to talk all the time.
No, I don't. It doesn't. Something. Shit. I just don't. But I do want his helmet on.
But it's like they're supposed to be like these.
I get it. I get it. But I'm just saying it. Now let's go to the freaking meat and bones here, right here. And that was the train scene at the end. Yeah. The climax scene on the train scene was intense. It was freaking. It was a good battle scene. Mm-hmm. I thought the special effects on that were freaking great. It was just an intense scene. I liked it a lot. So I'm gonna give it the good on that. Like that was a great scene.
We're gearing up as we go. I'm
hoping, but see, I just want it to be. Look, I'm all for slow builds. I really am. I really am. The WandaVision was a slow build. Mm-hmm. Falcon and Winter Soldier was a slow build. This is. The prequel trilogy was a slow build, but this particular one is just too damn slow. Too damn quiet, and it's kind of doing a disservice and an injustice to the freaking character of Boba Fett. That's just me. It's just me. Leave it in the comments below. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm an idiot. It's fine. I can accept it. I just know when you're looking at the lore of Boba Fett and you're looking at his portrayal, in Empire and in Jedi, and how he's depicted in the comics, this ain't it. I might be wrong. I haven't read every single comic, but it's okay.
So maybe from episode 3 on, he starts keeping his helmet on, and I feel like that will kind of, and they give him the more of the modulated voice with the helmet on, and it kind of make you maybe take away from some of the thoughts you have with his acting, and the fact that he will represent more what we know as Boba Fett with the helmet on. But we know him as both because he is a clone, so I understand why they have his helmet on. I really get it. But they set us up something that's like, as they move on, we're gonna know more about what's. Look, man, I'm so excited when Ming-Na Wen said, like, you can't kill the Hutts. We got to get permission. That basically said to me, they got to go to Crimson Dawn. Because Crimson Dawn was running a lot of the criminal organization. They either got to talk to Maul or they got to talk to Kira. And Maul's dead at this point, right?
No.
This is right after 6. Maul's dead.
Maul's dead, yeah.
Yeah, Maul's dead
Maul's
by
dead.
now.
That's right. Yeah,
even Robot Legs Maul is dead at this point. So Kira must be running Crimson Dawn at this point.
So we're getting Emilia Clarke here.
That's what I think.
As she's old now.
Look, if they can get Rosario Dawson to come in and do Mandalorian, they can get Emilia Clarke here.
Yeah, but Emilia Clarke, I mean, we're talking, she's 30 years from Solo.
Yeah,
maybe even
she's
more
gonna
than
be a little
that.
older, yeah.
Yeah, she'll be in her 60s.
Yeah,
They're gonna age her up. They're gonna.
Well, no. Oh, because it was Solo. Dang it.
Yeah, with Solo.
Dang, it was Solo. Dang.
Solo,
Well,
you can't see what he's doing.
No. Because Harrison Ford was what, like in his late 30s?
He was 34 for New Hope.
For New Hope, so he was
But
like
Han
40?
Solo was 24. He was 24 when he met Kira.
Yeah, so I mean, so look at us, 10 years.
So he'd be 44.
Yeah, so somewhere he'd be 40.
Okay.
I mean, so
fair
they
enough.
put a little age makeup on her.
Maybe a little
Fine.
bit.
She'll
All right,
still
fair
be
enough.
hot. She'll be that 40-year-old hot person that runs a criminal organization.
Maybe she gets dragons or something.
There you go.
Fight dragons as well.
She's like, I'm gonna take you to my fighting pit with my dragons. But I like the things that they're like are out there for us to see. More of the Hutts, Crimson Dawn. Maybe we get an Obi-Wan's here. No, he's dead. Sorry.
Obi-Wan's dead. Yes. This
Dang
is
it.
6 years after Jedi.
Dang it, I keep forgetting.
I think this is 6 years after Jedi.
Oh, yeah, it's
I know Mandalorian is 6 years after Jedi, but I don't know when Boba Fett got out of the Sarlacc pit.
Well, that's why we're showing the flashbacks, because this is a lot of time that's passed since he got out of the Sarlacc. We got to know what he did in that time.
No, but I'm saying that I don't know if this is within the 6 years or is this after
Like,
Mandalorian.
Look, we can only last 3 weeks without food. So it was in 3 weeks.
So then it's 6 years ago.
Yeah, so that's all of that was 6 years ago.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Okay.
I'm just saying they're setting up a lot of stuff for us to go. I kind of want to see the other crime lords and see where they go from there.
Okay,
I want to see more of the underground element, which we are getting to as we get into it. But they gotta explain the time gap, so I get it, and I think they're just about done with it.
I hope so too, and I'm giving it a chance.
Right.
It is Star Wars, but I'm telling you right now, and I even voted for it worse.
If you can wait a whole season for Karate in the Karate Kid,
as of right now, I am not a fan of this show.
Okay.
All right, it's got some good things, great, but like you said, much like Snake Eyes,
we could also see maybe Din Djarin showing back up. Who knows what we're gonna get out of this?
Yeah, because they need help. Because
we could also see Gina Carano come back in.
That ain't gonna happen, you know that. All right, what else you got?
All right, I mean that's all I really got. It's like I love this show so far. I mean, it's not Mandalorian. Mandalorian blew me away. It blew me away, and like it did everything right. This show hasn't done everything right, but it's done enough. It's done enough to keep my interest in it and to keep me excited about what's out there to come.
I had to watch the Mandalorian finale to feel good about Star Wars. Because this show just wasn't.
I'm still mad about the finale. It shouldn't have been Luke. It should have been Mace. I still stand on that. It should have been Mace, because then he could disappear, and then we don't have to explain it anymore. We have to explain it now because it's Luke. Like, well, what did Luke do with Grogu?
But
if it had been Mace, we'd have been like, oh, they're out in the galaxy somewhere. Who knows?
But you have to admit, getting a Vader Rogue One type scene from Luke was awesome.
I mean, it was great.
Okay,
it would have been great. It would have been great with Mace too.
Terrence, take us home.
Because I didn't get that scene. Well, I did. I got in the pit when he took Jango's head. Dang it. All right.
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
All right, so guys, once again, we're still back on the Rule of Two train.
Jango fought better.
No, did you rewatch that video? Dude, Jango backed up like, you're coming at me? And then head off. He didn't do anything. He fought everybody else.
So it was like,
it was like against Mace, he took some shots, Mace blast those, and he was like, I ain't got nothing else. And he backed up and got his head chopped.
Okay, cool. All right,
but anyway, so we're back on our Rule of Two train. So we'll be doing these quite frequently. I'm going to get to a point where Art actually has seen the show, and I think what we'll do is kind of like we did with prequels versus sequels. we'll do.
Are we gonna debate?
We're gonna debate Mandalorian versus Book of Boba Fett once it all plays out and see which one's actually better. So,
I love that. I'm not moderating that one. I'm in that one.
No, so I'll moderate it. It's like because I feel like Art will be on board with Book of Boba Fett, but if he's not, I guess I'll be in it too.
Yeah.
Make sure you like, subscribe, as well as click the notification button so that way you're aware of all the other videos that are due or that come out on this channel. I'm forgetting what I'm supposed to say.
This awful show has warped your mind.
It absolutely is.
No,
so,
I'm just kidding.
So for Art, who didn't make it for the Star Wars show that he's supposed to be on, and for Aspen and Carla, who aren't here with us today, I'm Terrence.
I'm Manny.
And may the Force be with you.
Wait, guys, are you still here? I'm glad you're still here. All right, so if you look down, I mean, it's somewhere over here. Look down. We actually have a Patreon. So if you guys watch the show and you really like what we want to do and you want to help support the show and you want to help me get an editor so I can get to sleep at night because I'm really tired and you guys see all my mistakes in the episodes. So please go to patreon.com/thegoods. Give us a penny, give us a nickel, give us $1.
Just don't give us the finger.
Don't do that. But make sure you do donate something because we do have some giveaways. There's posters, there's t-shirts.
I'll sign something for you.
Exactly. So take a look, guys, and help us out. We appreciate it.